So today's recipe, it's like a low carb keto diet unicorn. It shouldn't even exist, guys. It shouldn't be possible to do this, but it is, and it's amazing. The reason why I say it's a unicorn is because you can literally make bread in 90 seconds with only 4 ingredients, and each slice has just over 1 gram of carbs. Now, I guess it doesn't totally look like bread. It looks more like an English muffin or a bun to a burger, but you can totally use this as bread for anything. And let me tell you guys, it has the perfect bread consistency, and when you toast this, the perfect toast consistency. It crisps up, you can get that nice crunch that everybody wants from toast, and in a super low carb way. The great thing about the recipe is you probably have all the ingredients at your house already. So for the bread, you're gonna need almond flour, coconut oil, 1 egg, and baking powder. So our first order of business in this whole bread making process is actually going to be weighing out either your butter or your coconut oil. You're gonna wanna have a food scale for the recipe, just so you can be as accurate as possible with all the ingredients. If you don't have one, there's a link to one in the video description below. But we're gonna be using 15 grams, about a tablespoon of butter or coconut oil in today's recipe. And then once you've got your coconut oil or your butter weighed out to 15 grams, you wanna throw that in the microwave for about 15 seconds or until either of those just totally liquefy. And then we're gonna bring those back to our food scale and start measuring out our other ingredients. All right, so the first ingredient we're gonna add to our liquefied butter or coconut oil is going to be 3 tablespoons or about 20 grams of almond flour. The next ingredient we're gonna add is gonna be a half a teaspoon of our baking powder. And the final ingredient we're adding is the egg. So we'll just crack that thing open and add it to the bowl as well. At this point, we've got all the ingredients added to the bowl. So just mix all those up until they're well combined and a soupy, eggy consistency starts to form in there. Once it does, my biggest pro tip is instead of using a mug like this to make your bread with, I highly recommend using a small dish or a ramekin to do so. Because if you use one of these, you'll end up with the hamburger bun English muffin thing that you saw at the beginning of the video. But if you use a mug, you're gonna end up with like a slider. But anyways, at this point, what we're gonna do is coat our ramekin with some non-stick baking spray and start adding the batter of our bread into the ramekin. Once we've got all the batter added, we're gonna microwave the ramekin for somewhere between 60 to 90 seconds. I have a 700 watt microwave and 90 seconds seems to be the sweet spot. If it's an 11 or 1200 watt microwave, you're probably more in the 60-second kind of range than 90 seconds. But just keep that in mind when you're making your bread. All right, so once the bread is done in the microwave, what you wanna do is just take a knife, kind of work it around the outside edge of the bread, bun, muffin, whatever you're calling this thing, just to kind of help it get out of the dish or ramekin, because sometimes it can kind of stick in there. And then what you wanna do is transfer it to a small dish and take a serrated knife and cut it in half. This will just help fit it in your toaster or toaster oven and also give you 2 slices, so that way you can make a sandwich out of the bread. What I like to do is pop it in my toaster oven for just a couple of minutes until it turns toasty and crunchy and golden brown. And then I'll either use it as the bun for a sandwich, or I'll just add my favorite spreads like peanut butter, jelly, hummus, cream cheese. I mean, you could literally put anything on this thing and it's delicious, guys. How good does this look? Like, I'm so excited to take a bite of this. Oh my God. That's wonderful. Honestly, guys, if you're having a bread craving or you need a bun for a burger or bread for a sandwich, or you just want to make an English muffin and keep things low carb, this is your answer. It's ridiculous. It's so good. Is it exactly like bread? Not exactly, but it's close enough to curb any craving. I hope you guys enjoyed the recipe today. If you did, it'd mean the world to me if you hit the like button, the thumbs up button on the video. If you want the full recipe with the metric measurements or the macros, or you just want to pick up any of the stuff I used to make this today, all that's in the video description below. Thanks for hanging out with me a little bit today, guys. I'll see you in the next video.